guys, it's like Monday and stuff. This week's theme is Hunger Games because the Hunger Games movie came out 2 weeks ago now, which is weird. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Hunger Games and what you liked and what you didn't like, and notify people of spoilers if they don't want to see that, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to put my stuff about the Hunger Games at the end of the video so that people can stop watching if they don't want to see that spoiler stuff. So Michael and Meira both need to be punished because they didn't make videos 2 weeks ago. They both made videos last week, really long videos, which was awesome. But Kayla came up with a few punishment suggestions, and the 3 that I really like are Fitness for Knitters, based on John Green's Fitness for Nerds punishment video, helping us to make like a 5AK wide 500 miles video, like making that a thing. I think that would be awesome. And also the 3rd one was another thing that I don't remember. Wrapping yourself in aluminum foil and pretending not to notice it. Those are my top 3. I don't think we should make Michael do peanut butter face if it's gonna like cause him physical injury and harm. So let me know what you guys think, other nerd fighters, as in Amber and Kayla. Still working on my socks. I picked up the other stitches and now I'm working on the gusset, so it looks like almost a real sock thing just without the foot. And that's exciting and stuff. Amber, I loved your last words. That sounds really bad. And also your DFTBA. Awesome choices right there. Kayla, I was really surprised that you and Amber both said that Abundance of Catherines is your favorite John Green book too. I think that is so underappreciated because it's so hilarious and so good. And it's actually one of my top favorites. But yeah, good choices on that one. Michael, 12-minute video, what? It was awesome to see your face and all the amigurumi that you're working on. So cool. I got to see the Squirtle in person, kind of, and that was awesome, and you're just, like, super talented and stuff, so you should stop that. You're making the rest of us look bad. Meira, 10-minute video, what? I don't actually watch Top Gear. I probably said this, you probably know this already. That's my roommate's poster. She's always trying to talk to me about Top Gear. She's like, hey, cars, and I'm like, I don't know crap about cars, so it's really not that interesting to me, but she's like super into it. This is also her Game of Thrones and Dexter posters. Also the Exploding TARDIS is hers as well. But, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's funny, but not my thing, really. Also, I really loved your last words, and also your Stop Tea Time shirt. I almost bought that the last time Threadless had a sale, but I really cannot afford to be spending any money right now. But maybe next time they have a sale, I will get myself one because it is so funny and awesome. Also, your camera fail, when your camera died right before the punchline. That was hilarious. I think it made the joke way more funnier than it would have been. So, good work, Meira's camera. So now I'm going to start talking about Hunger Games. If you don't want to hear me ramble for like a long time about how much I love PETA and also spoilers, you should probably stop watching here. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next week if you're stopping watching. But there's still more if you want to. So I saw the Hunger Games at midnight when it came out, and I like really loved it, and it was like in my brain for like ever. Like I was like obsessing over it hardcore because, you know, I can't just casually like something. I have to like love it. So I saw the movie and it was like 2 a.m. and I was like, man, this is so good, and I like cried when Rue died, and I cried at the reaping, and I was just like a hot mess, and I like just loved everything, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm overreacting about this because it was like 2 a.m. I was exhausted and everything is great at 2 a.m. So I was like, I really need to see it again so I can have some like more objectivity towards it or whatever, and I just like really wanted to see it again. So I saw it again yesterday and it still did not disappoint. I thought it was so well done, like really like deliberately done, I think. I thought it was a great adaptation, and I was just so impressed with what they were able to do. I'm going to talk about like 5 of my favorite things, and then like a few, I don't know if I have 5 of my least favorite things. So let's get to it. Favorite thing number 1, Jennifer Lawrence's performance. Oh my god. She like carried the whole movie. Like, I think the movie was great, but she just played the part of Katniss so well. She was just awesome. I have like no words because she played Katniss exactly the way that Katniss needed to be played. It wasn't overdone or like spunkified or Hollywood like a fight or anything. Like, it was just Katniss, and she was probably better than like the book Katniss for me. She was like less annoying, but maybe that's because you couldn't like hear what she was thinking or whatever. But yeah, Jennifer Lawrence, so good. Favorite thing number 2, I just love Peeta so much. If you talk to me after the original casting of this movie, you know that I was so mad that they cast Josh Hutcherson as Peeta, because I think he has a ridiculous face and he's like not that attractive, and I really love Peeta and I really wanted him to be like smoking hot. Turns out Peeta didn't have to be smoking hot, and I still love him. Like, I still think his face is a little derpy sometimes, but he played Peeta really well, and I just have so many feelings about Peeta, and I will give you that their relationship is not sexy at all. The cave scene, so awkward, so uncomfortable, but I think that made it better, and I just, like, really have a lot of feelings about Peeta. And I'm gonna stop because I'll probably just ramble for 10 years if I keep talking about Peeta. Favorite thing number 3. I love how they included the game makers, like, room, I guess, the, like, control room or whatever for the games. I thought that was, like, so cool, and the effects were really cool, and, like, it was really, like, disturbing to see that there's, like, a lot of people behind this. Like, it's not just President Snow and Seneca Crane, who we know are, like, total douchebags. It's, like, real people who, like, when they set, like, a pack of wild dogs on people, they're like, yeah, that was a good day at work today. Like, that is so messed up. Like, but it was really, like, good to see that behind the scenes kind of thing, because it made the world seem more, like, filled out, I think. Thing number 4, Lenny Kravitz's performance of Cinna. I was super skeptical when they cast Lenny Kravitz, because I was like, what the heck, like, that didn't make any sense to me at all, but it turned out it was, like, a really awesome decision, and he did a great job playing Cinna, and I, like, just loved him so much, and, yeah, good work on casting someone who no one would have expected, who turned out to be really awesome. Favorite thing number 5 is probably how they set up District 12. Like, you read the books and you don't really think about it being, like, in Appalachia? Is that how you say it? Appalachia? Like, the Appalachian Mountains? You don't think about it being there, but, like, that's where it is, and so, like, the country, like, kind of, like, feel of it, and, like, the cabins, and, you know, the just kind of, like, rundown quality of it, like, was, like, really well done, I think, and compared to, like, when you see the Peacekeepers and stuff in District 12, like, it's just, like, the perfect contrast, and, like, when Effie Trinket walks in, and you're like, oh my god, like, no one could be more out of place than you right now, and no one could look more ridiculous than you right now, and I just think that with, like, the dichotomy between, like, the Capitol and District 12 was, like, really pronounced, and I really appreciated that. So there are a lot more things that I love about this movie, but to be fair, there were some things that I did not appreciate as much, and so I'm going to talk about them briefly now because I've been rambling forever. First of all, I was a little underwhelmed with the, like, fire effects, like, for the Girl on Fire thing. Like, they were alright. I mean, I liked it a little better the second time around because I was probably, like, expecting it to not be so great, but, like, it just wasn't that. Like, from far away, when they show, like, the long shot of, like, everyone coming in, like, it looked cool, but when you get close up, it just looked like there was something, like, not right about it. I can't put my finger on it, but it just didn't look that great. I think when she swirls in, like, the dress, it's a little better then, but it was still just a little off for me. Second of all was that the Mutts didn't have the Dead Tribute's eyes. I realize this is, like, the hardest thing to translate to screen anyway. Like, they would have to, it would have been weird, like, if they did include it, but I wish that, like, there was a way to do that, like, a really good way, because that was just so terrifying in the books, and it would have made, like, the ending a lot more disturbing, I think. 3, I think Gale's character wasn't quite fleshed out enough. I was talking to one of my friends about it, and she called him Mr. Manhunk #1, and I think that's, like, kind of valid. Like, he was kind of goofy, and, like, he wasn't, like, I'm not really a big Gale fan as it is, but I feel like he could have been, like, more deliberately done. I feel like they just kind of, like, pushed him to the side and, like, made him brood, like, whenever Peeta and Katniss were, like, making out or whatever. So hopefully that's something that they can pick up in the next films and, like, make Gale better. My last complaint doesn't really have to do with the movie, but it has to do with when I saw the movie at midnight. When I saw the movie at midnight, there were people who legitimately cheered when the career tributes were getting killed off. And that was just so disturbing to me because I think we're supposed to think that all of these children are a victim of like this terrible government, and like making them into the enemy is like playing into the Capitol's hands, kind of. Like, the Capitol isn't like a real place, but it like kind of makes you like the Capitol. So I wasn't really down with that, and it kind of freaked me out about like the discrepancy between the Hunger Games in like written media and also the Hunger Games like as film media, because that's using like the same kind of weapon that the Capitol uses against them, and like it's just weird. John Green wrote this awesome thing on his Tumblr about all of this that I'm trying to say right now, and he says it a lot better, so if you haven't read that, you should probably go check it out. But basically, it was like, I had a moment where I was like, I'm not sure if I'm cool with this, I kind of feel like the Capitol. But when I saw it the second time, it wasn't as bad. No one cheered when the careers died, and that was excellent. But yeah, so I kind of had a weird psychological thing going on, but I feel like I have dealt with it so far. So I'm sorry I talked about this movie for like 10 minutes, but I'm just really excited to hear what you guys have to say, and I really loved it, and I really want to know what you guys think. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope everyone has a super fantastic week, and I will see Amber tomorrow. Bye!